Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and WQAM AM Miami, an Odyssey sports station.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The game is ended, and now we begin. It's Game Day Uncensored, Postgame edition. Real talk, real reaction, real opinions for real Miami football fans on FM 104.3 WQAM, Miami sports leader.
That was the third quarter from hell. 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 turnovers, giving up 3 touchdowns off those 4 turnovers just in the third quarter. It would have been 4 turnovers that directly led to 4 touchdowns, but mercifully, the third quarter ended. Then a minute and a half later, Joe Burrow and the guys scored that 4th touchdown off the 4th turnover. Needless to say, back-breaking. And for all the fans that need the more fodder to say, blow this thing up, cut Tua, fire Mike McDaniel, get a new GM, get rid of the water boys, the trainers, everybody, blow it up.
Not even the mascot's safe right now, Dan.
Huge fodder for that. They've got some fire right there. After a big-time blowout and one of the worst third quarters I have ever seen, Bengals 45-21 over the Miami Dolphins. I am Dan Day, by the way. Where you at? Along with Chico City. Chico City, you are a lifelong Dolphins fan. Born and raised in Little Haiti.
Little Havana. Born and raised in Little Havana.
Little Havana. You've been through it all. As a lifelong Dolphins fan, do you want Mike McDaniel out of here after that performance?
I wanted him out of here yesterday. Yeah, that last week's performance. I'm so ashamed right now. I'm wearing a mask in studio.
If you're watching us on YouTube and Twitch, yes, that is Chico City covering his face right now because he's embarrassed with the performance the Dolphins gave today.
I did see some things I like, though, from yours.
I think yours is showing you that he can one day maybe be a backup quarterback in this league. I don't have a lot of faith in him.
He seemed a little nonchalant back there. Didn't feed into any of that pressure. Got some passes off, and a couple of those turnovers weren't really all on him. So, I saw some good stuff from a rookie today, at least.
It's unfortunate to say this. It was refreshing. Some of the things in this game were refreshing. Unfortunately, it was watching Joe Burrow. We haven't seen good quarterback play in so long. To see a quarterback that makes good decisions, that has physical talents, that has it between the ears, that makes big plays, that can carve up a defense, it was somewhat refreshing. Unfortunately, it was against our Miami Dolphins. If you're one of those people that wants to clean house, this is the day. And just maybe, this is the game we've been waiting for all year. We knew it was going to come eventually, where the team just kind of quit.
You were there with me, Dan. We were watching the game together, and every time Mike McDaniels came on the TV, I was like, you better not smile.
Yeah,
you better not
Dolphins
smile. You better not enjoy it. You better not even sneeze.
Yeah, we're not enjoying this. You better not enjoy this. 305-567-0560. We want to hear from you, Dolphins fan. Are you just giving up? Are you angry? Are you saying, this is why I've said clean house for the past 2 years? Let us know. 305-567-0560. You're going to go straight to the phone lines. 104.3 FM WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Bob from North Miami. How are you?
Bob, I am hurting right now. That made me physically ill that third quarter. But how about you?
Listen, from the second half of the Pittsburgh game, the defense has quit. I mean, there is nothing. They've given up 66 points in 6 quarters, and there was absolutely lay down. I mean, where is defense? Everybody was talking Weaver this, Weaver that. They have to clean house from the defensive coordinator, the coach. I mean, even through the game last week, it's like there was no hurry. There was nothing. Even they were down. Even now he has 3 timeouts. He basically waved away flag. I like to see a fight from this team. I know we're not going to win this game, but let's see what the kid can do. Throw the ball. He was just no timeout, no whatever. Let's run out and get home. And I think this was his last game because you can't excuse this. They had 4 turnovers, including what I consider turnover when you give up on downs. And everyone resulted.
That's a turnover on downs. That counts. That counts as a turnover. That's turnover on downs.
That's 4 turnovers. That's 28 points.
In a quarter.
That's 28 points. In 2. I mean, where is the defense? Where was all of this stuff?
Oh,
I
and the
mean,
defense was getting carved up. I know they kind of quit, but they were getting carved up on the ground. And, I mean, look, Chase Brown scored 3 touchdowns in the third quarter alone.
I mean, the defense has to be exhausted. They're on the field the entire game.
Well, yeah.
but at least one thing we know, we do have a backup quarterback until we see. The kid, he had an arm.
You did.
It wasn't flickering. I mean, the ball
That was
there, and
refreshing. Refreshing to actually see a ball with some zip on it out of a Dolphins uniform. Yes, it was somewhat refreshing.
The first turnover was a fluke. I mean, he put the ball right on the money. He
Right.
got hit at the same time he got up. And the second one was a great interception by the defensive player. So I saw some positive from this quarterback.
Yeah, he's a rookie. He's going to grow. He's going to have to grow, and he's going to have 2 more games to grow. Let's be honest, because Tua ain't getting back in, and it don't look like Zach Wilson has any design of getting in there either.
It was nice to see somebody
and
having some fun.
The way he acted, the game was not too big for this quarterback.
He looked a lot better than the Browns game. I will give him that, because in the Browns game, he looked like he was a deer in the headlights. Look, if you're a Dolphins fan, you're upset. I understand. This was a showing. Like I said, I told Chico's wearing something covering his face right now. Dolphins fans are embarrassed about this. It physically made me feel ill in that third quarter. And once again, this is the thing I always say, and I can't stress it enough. Mike McDaniel, and now the national media has caught on to it. His adjustments at halftime, nothing. It looked like Joe Burrow could do whatever he wanted to in that third quarter. They make the worst, either no adjustments or worst adjustments coming out of halftime. Every team looks like they just kind of, it's like a boxing match. You feel each other out for the first half, and then they come out in the third and they just whoop, 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 whoop. That is something that you really, really have to worry about with Mike McDaniel, although you might not have to worry about it too much longer after that showing. 305-567-0560, 104.3 FM, WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Go ahead.
It's Louis from West Palm Beach.
Go ahead, Louis.
Listen, man, Mike McDaniels is the next chip to fall, and that's it. And then after that is Tua. All right? We need John Gruden for the next head coach of the Miami Dolphins, baby. Let everybody hear it. And I hope Steve Ross is hearing it. And I hope he's going to call Gruden tomorrow. Thank you very much, guys. Let me hear it.
A little John Gruden action?
Appreciate that. I don't know if John Gruden's the answer or not, but if Stephen Ross did not look happy, he cannot be happy with that product. He cannot be happy with everyone out of the stadium very early on, and that's showing absolutely. I don't know what the answer is, but Mike McDaniel, be careful every time your phone rings these next couple of days, because
as a Dolphins fan, at least I think they looked great doing it. How about those old school unis, huh?
You got the old school. Is that the best thing we can take away from today? Oh.
I would buy an old school uni, maybe one that won.
305-567-0560, 104.3 FM WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Alejandro from Hollywood.
Alejandro, glad to hear from you. What's happening, brother?
Listen, man, I was at the game. I had to leave in the third quarter, man. I couldn't take it anymore. It was really bad. It was really bad. Going forward, Tua needs to go. Denver did it with Bo Nix. Look where they're at now. They got Bo Nix.
Yeah. Russell Wilson.
The New England Patriots made a big turnaround. So have the Bears. What did they do? They refocused, changed the way they do things, got new coaches, new head coaches, and look where they're at now. It doesn't mean that we can't do it in the future. In the national scene, we're the laughing stock of the NFL right now. Mike McDaniel cannot hold a press conference without the He's I call him Doofus. That's what we call him around in my house.
Mike McDoofus.
And Mike McDoofus. There needs to be big changes going forward. If other teams did it, we can do it too. But man, it didn't look good.
Alejandro, look, I think both quarterbacks today played better than Tua's played the past couple of weeks.
I got a
That's
question.
the only positive. That's the only positive I can take from the game. At least Ewers had a little zip on the ball.
Yeah, a little.
He actually scrambled out of the pocket and didn't slide 2 yards before the marker. He tried to dive to get a first down. It's better. He's looking better than Tua, and that's sad to say because Tua is supposed to be our franchise quarterback. This guy we pay all that money, and a 7th round draft pick is outplaying him. Terrible.
Let me ask you a question there, big dog. How much did you pay for parking today?
I paid $55 for
parking.
It's not fair for you that you had to go watch that garbage and spend all that money.
Did you have any drinks?
Yeah, I did.
You spend
Actually, I
You spend any money on drinks?
I said at the club level, I have season tickets, and
okay.
I couldn't bear to watch, so I just went and hit the bar.
maybe that's Stephen Ross's whole game plan to get liquor sales up. But this next game against Tampa Bay,
This guy paid the price for disappointment today.
no, I understand. And look, I've been a fan. I mean, I am a fan. What am I talking about? But I know after parking, after tailgating, after buying tickets, after everything that you buy, you're out easily $1,000, and then you go and see that.
Heartbreaking.
You feel as though you've been, I don't know, you feel dirty. I've done this. You feel dirty, like you've been used.
Like
You've
going
been
to this
used.
aquarium and seeing a dolphin stuck in a tank, and you're like, you have so much potential, dolphin, but you're stuck here.
You just feel used when you go get your hopes up. You get your gear. You spend money on gear. You spend money on parking. You spend money on tickets. You spend money on food and drinks. You spend money on sunscreen or whatever else.
So many Dolphins tattoos out there being covered right now.
And then they go and do that. And they betray you. I don't know why I always feel that way. 305-567-0560, 104.3 FM WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Is he blowing it up? Go ahead, Eddie.
Hey, two things, man. You took the words out of my mouth. I don't know what happens in the first half. It's great. Second half, dude, there's no adjustments. There's nothing. It's just like we go down. I think they just make studies for the whole week. Just for the first half.
That's a sign of a bad coach. Look, it looked like Joe Burrow and those guys, literally, they felt their way through the first half. And then the third quarter, it was just eat them alive.
He put on a clinic.
And that's been like the whole year, man.
Yep.
It's like we go into the first half, and it's like they only just coach for the first half, and then after that, they're like, let's play by it, But another thing on the second part, on the quarterback, he's a rookie.
Yeah.
But I saw he has arm strength, man, and I'm not saying he's the answer, but I would like to see him for the next 2 games play. And, with some direction, I think he's going to get better. But we still got to get a quarterback, a coach, and an offensive coordinator. Just for
general manager. We need a general manager.
We need all that. But what we need is look at what's happening in New England when they brought back McDaniels. That guy, how he has that quarterback going in New England. That's something that we just need somebody to do that. McDaniel's everywhere, man. He needs to be a coach or get off the offensive coordinator part because he can't do all parts of that coaching job.
He really did not look very good today at all. This is the game that if you want Mike McDaniel fired, this is the game you point to because they got beat in every aspect of the game. Once again, his adjustments at halftime or lack thereof adjustments at halftime, absolutely terrible. It kind of looked like the team kind of quit today. And that's one of the things. They don't quit on him. I mean, this is what when Jordan Brooks gets schooled out there, and he did on one of the plays by Chase Brown for a touchdown, you're like, this is going to be a long day. Our best player, our all-pro linebacker just got cooked. Oh, man, tough day. And look, we always say this, streets need a body. There's one body this streets really want, and I cannot, after what I saw today, defend that other than let's not make any knee-jerk reactions. But look, you get rid of the GM, you kind of see the writing on the wall. 305-567-0560. Back to the phone lines, 104.3 FM WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jackson, calling from South Carolina.
Been waiting for your call, Jackson. Bring it.
So what up, Gameday? How you doing today, man?
Oh, man, I appreciate you jumping on the pregame show, talking to us in the chat, and jumping on the postgame show, lending your voice.
Yeah, so not a great game today, but hey, today was just a developed game for Quinn Ewers.
Yeah.
It was just trying to get Quinn Ewers to see how he does for the first game for his first start. And he's only a rookie, dude. You expect him to go for 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. That's not how rookies and, first starts work. You have to, just keep practicing more with the QB because he was only the emergency quarterback, right?
Right.
And they didn't give him that much reps and stuff. And it's just crazy because what they're doing, because it's hard to explain to you because you see Tua, right? Because you see Tua, right? I don't want to say anything about Tua, but Tua got most of the game starts, right?
Yeah.
And
Jackson.
you didn't get Ewers You didn't give viewers anything.
Jackson, you're a bright kid. You seem like a real smart kid, a real bright kid.
Yeah.
And I hope the Dolphins
Yeah.
are listening right now because you
Yeah.
sound like me when I was your age. And I hope that they figure it out before you're my age and you're sitting here in the studio with a mask on because you're embarrassed to be a Dolphins fan and you keep coming up with reasons to look for a positive. Jackson, I love your optimism on the Dolphins, but I think that they need a miracle. And the answer that they need, they just haven't found it. I don't think the answer's out there just now. They might be another year of this.
But there's only two reasons to blame for this. It's the defense and the play calling. That's only it, because the defense wasn't good today.
No.
You let Jamar Chase go over 100 yards, maybe even 70.
Jackson, if you ever ran for president, I'm voting for you.
The thing is, the Bengals defense, offense is really good. The Bengals defense is absolutely terrible, but at times today they looked pretty decent. If there are some positives to extrapolate from this game, it does look like Quinn Ewers has some potential. Like I said, let's not get too carried away. He had some zip on the ball. He had some mobility. Those are things that we've yearned for a while. This is also the thing, though. There's no book on Quinn Ewers. Therefore, there's no scheming against him. If he looked okay today, when teams start getting film on him and scheming him up a little bit, he's not going to look that sharp. And he didn't look all that sharp altogether. That's why I say Quinn Ewers looks like a guy who maybe could be a serviceable backup in this league from what I've seen so far. But today, he was a gamer. And that, after we had a guy last week that laughed and joked around with someone who publicly on television yelled into the camera, he's weak AF.
Zero pride.
And then he's laughing after the game with him when he's about to get cut, when his coach is about to get fired.
Zero pride.
You know what? I'm okay with Quinn Ewers going out there and putting his heart out there and playing his heart out. There's nothing wrong with that with me. 305-567-0560. Back to the phone lines. 104.3 FM WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Gameday, how you doing?
I thought I would be like just demoralized, but I'm actually starting to get really fired up and upset right now. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. How are you?
Hey man, Steve from Sunrise. A couple things to say.
Good to hear from you. Bring it.
First off, I want to say this, and I mean this honestly, Dan Day. QAM, you best decision ever that you guys did this for this after show. I really mean it. I think you should get some kind of award or raise for allowing Dolphin, and I do mean this, for allowing Dolphin fans to call. Without you, all these Dolphins, what would they be doing right now? Like going, bottled up, going crazy. At least they get to express themselves through you, Dan Day, and you should be commended, and QAM should be commended for doing this.
And that's the thing. Misery loves company. At least you're not the only person out there that feels absolutely miserable about this Dolphins organization, not just this team, this organization.
Dr.
Right. It also gives them a voice. Like hopefully somebody's listening to them. It gives them a voice, and hopefully somebody in the Dolphins organization is listening.
Don't worry, Steve. There's people listening.
A couple other things. I want you to think about this. That caller Jackson, all these calls. He seems like a nice young man. Right now, people are in their 30s, mid 30s, when they were his age. The last time the Dolphins won a playoff. Think about that.
I'm people, brother. It's me.
There you
it's
go.
Me you're talking about.
There you go.
I'm literally wearing a mask.
There you go. And the last one, how about nobody's mentioned Al Golden, the most hated Hurricane coach ever, was the defensive coordinator today. How's that for rubbing it in even more?
Yeah.
How horrible is that?
By the way, they're statistically one of the last ranked defenses in every category.
Right. Dan Day, I told you a long time ago after the Bills game, and you marked it down. I hope you remember. I said, don't buy the Kool-Aid. Don't get into this. Stay the course. Let's get rid of everybody. Please don't. Even Joe Rose drank the Kool-Aid. Everybody drank the Kool-Aid. And look what we are right now, a lower draft pick. Dan Day, I wish we would stay the course.
Steven,
we didn't.
I specifically remember you saying that. And I said, man, we're going to ride the highs. We're going to roll the lows. You go, don't do it. And you said, you're only setting yourself up for what's happening today.
Listen, you can polish a piece of poop, but at the end of the day, it's just a shiny piece of poop.
Oh, man, Steven, yeah, you were right. I bought into some of these wins. I bought into they figured things out. I bought into Mike McDaniel's a genius. Right now, I'm a little low on them. And, I'm probably going to get calmer tonight after I go to Jensen's liquor store, go see Manny and those guys and pick up maybe more than a six-pack and just kind of try to figure this thing out. But today, that was the type of performance that gets people fired. I will say that. Did not look very good. Take another phone call before we go to break. 305-567-0560, 104.3 FM, WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Dan, it's Anthony from Long Island, New York. How are you, sir? Appreciate your show as always and your hard work.
We appreciate you, Anthony.
Thank you, sir. And if I don't forget, please, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all holidays. Best wishes to everybody out there. So I listened to the game for about 2 minutes in the second half, and when I saw that when Cincinnati scored right away, and he threw the next interception when they got the ball back, I said, okay, I can't watch it. So basically, you know what? At the end of the day, where are we going? I'll tell you what. If this coach, I know that he had a little bit of a window there where he's trying to put together a couple of wins, and he did. If this coach comes back to take this team by the helm again, I honestly, and I'm a 50 somewhat year Dolphin fan. I don't think I can watch one game. I can't do it.
I don't think.
It's not really a personal thing, Dan. It's you know what? It's just everything about this man. He's very bright. Obviously, he's good. I would think he'd be an awesome coordinator somewhere. I think. At the end of the day, he's not a coach. He's not a man's man. He's not a real coach. And Dan, it's the old saying. I'm sorry to repeat myself. I said this in the past, and I call you often. It's insanity. What is the definition of insanity? Repeating and doing the same thing that you did over and over and over. Dan, this man, I don't want to look at his face next year. I don't mean it physically. I mean, I can't do it.
Yeah, you mentioned him coming back next year. I don't think that guy could go to Publix right now without getting something tossed at him.
Oh yeah, and it's you know what? He honestly seems like a decent human being. I bet you he is a good person deep down inside. But this is a business, and you know what, Mr. Ross, I'm going to go back and say, hey, it was Mr. Ross's call to me. I don't care what anyone says about Tua being benched. He had to do whatever he had to do to say, hey, please sit that man down. Let's try someone else. And the kid, you know what? It's his first game. Did he impress me? Not that he didn't impress me. The 2 picks were good, but it's his first game. You know what I mean?
He was impressive enough. And this is the thing about Mike McDaniel. I think he has grown as a coach. I think he's okay as a coach. What I cannot forgive is how he gets murdered in the second half. He is either really bad at adjustments or doesn't make adjustments or just gets out adjusted by other teams. The national announcers are saying it on TV. I see it. Chico City sees it. You see it. Everyone sees it. That is a problem. I cannot forgive that. Does that make him lose his job? We shall find out in the coming days and weeks.
I've been fired for less from places, Dan.
305-567-056. Going to come back, take some more phone calls. We're only on for a power hour, so keep it right there. Chico City, Dan Day. This is Game Day Uncensored Postgame on 104.3 FM, WQAM.
WQAM. UAM, Miami's sports leader.
There were reports earlier this week that back in the 2020 draft, the Miami Dolphins wanted Joe Burrow. They were willing to give the Cincinnati Bengals 4 first-round picks, and the Cincinnati Bengals said, no, thank you. Man, should have tried for 5 first-round picks because Joe Burrow looked every bit, not just the all-pro quarterback, but Hall of Fame quarterback today. While our $50 million man, that was drafted just 4 picks after Joe Burrow, 5th overall, doesn't look like he'll be with a team next year.
Joe Burrow looked so comfortable in the pocket today. Every time he had pressure, he got out of the pocket, got rid of the ball. At one point, we were like, wow, it's nice to see a quarterback who knows how to get rid of the ball, not just go down with the sack and take the yards, the loss on the yards.
It was one of those things. You look, Joe Burrow, the first overall pick. You go watch Justin Herbert also today. Played pretty darn good. He was a pick after Tua. We wonder why the Dolphins haven't won a playoff game in 25 years. Decisions like that. Make the decision to call us, though. 305-567-0560. 104.3 FM WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Go ahead. You ready? No? Hey.
Hello?
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, I hate this team, bro. I really hate it. I really do, man. But on the bright side of things, you know, good things come in threes, bro. And so we got rid of Greer. That's 1. 2, and now, you know, the third best thing would be Mike McDaniel's getting fired, man.
You said best things come in 3. I think we need another decade for the third decade to be. We're almost.
I hope not, man. I'm getting old, man. I want to see a winning season, man.
I know what you want, but sucks. What do you think? Do you think Mike McDaniel, this is enough to get him fired Monday, or is this something where it's an end of the season thing, or where do you think his that next domino drops, if it does drop?
I think the best thing to do is let the season play out. Win or lose his next 2 games, he has to go, man. He has to go. New regime, new coach, new quarterback, whomever it may be. This project is done and over with, man.
You know, you're not the only Dolphin fan feeling that way, and I'm telling you this. A lot of people said Mike McDaniel, he's on the fence, but if he can win these last 3 games and prove that with a backup quarterback he can win, and prove that he can improve a quarterback like he quote-unquote improved Tua, and prove that the team's still playing for him, that might just be enough to save his job. Well, it took a major hit.
I don't know. I've seen this
today.
Movie before. I've seen this movie before, and I know how it ends, Dan. I don't think he's getting that happy ending.
I don't know if Mike McDaniel's going to be around next year. That's all I'll say. 305-567-0560, 104.3 FM WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Matt from Boynton Beach.
What you got, Matt?
So let me just kind of tell you, I've been a Dolphin fan for about 45 years. I was at the game today.
Ooh.
Obviously, I can't see a GM has to pick their own coach.
Yeah.
So I can't see McDaniel surviving.
Right.
That's number 1. Number 2, I think the public wanted Tua in the worst way. All I heard was tank for Tua. We got him, and it didn't turn out the way we wanted. I completely get that. I think what the Dolphins have to start looking at doing is it's so important to have a good backup quarterback. If you look historically at the Dolphins, Earl Morrall won 9 games during their undefeated season. You had Don Strock that was a capable backup to Woodley and Marino. This team is 5-12 in games that the backup quarterback starts when Tua doesn't play, including a playoff loss in Buffalo with Skylar Thompson. You can't draft guys in the 7th round. You're not going to get a Tom Brady and expect guys to perform at elite level. I do think whoever the next GM is obviously has to put a focus on draft the quarterback every year. Not in the 1st round, not in the 2nd round. See who falls. Take somebody in the 3rd round or 4th round until you hit. Not necessarily on a starter, but a competent backup. And most importantly, for any of us to kill Mike McDaniel for today is really unfair and borderline unknowledgeable. And I say that from the perspective of I'm not a defender of Mike McDaniel, but Chris Greer burned this place to the ground. I mean, this guy went all in. Chubb.
So he's a victim of Chris Greer?
I mean, oh, absolutely. I mean, let me ask you this. Can you win the Daytona 500 with a Tercel? No. Of course you can't. So if you tell me to make you a gourmet meal and I'm using scraps, what can I do? I could be the greatest chef in the world, and I can't operate with scraps. Does he belong back here next year? No, it's just the optics don't make it a fit. Will he be an offensive coordinator someplace else and be successful with the right personnel in place? Absolutely he will. Absolutely he will. But for now, like, hey, this dig out is going to be anything. Chris Greer set this franchise back a decade.
And I agree with you right there. This is the thing I think is probably best for Dolphins fans, and I know Dolphins fans don't want to hear it. Chris Greer left the cupboards bare, but you are tied to a lot of guys for a lot of money, a la Tua Tagovailoa, a la Tyreek Hill, a la Mike McDaniel, who just got an extension. What would be best for this organization long-term?
Bankruptcy.
New general manager, and have a year where you just kind of cleanse yourself. Bring Tua back, let him compete for the starting job, bring Mike McDaniel back, let him try to save his job, and let everybody know, except the new GM, this could be your last chance. You better play well. Get that money off the books. Then if you decide to clean house after that, you clean house after that. Or you could do what some other teams have done, like the Denver Broncos. Just cut the $50 million quarterback, cut your losses, and move on. Working out pretty good for them. So I could see either of those. 305-567-0560, 104.3 FM, WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello?
Speechless, just like the rest of us.
104.3 FM, WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Go ahead. Nope. 305-567-0560 is the number. 104.3 FM, WQAM. Go ahead.
They're getting shy on us, Dan.
Maybe I'm pressing the wrong button. That's probably the reason why. 305-567-0560, 104.3 FM, WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's TW in Miami. Am I on?
TW, you are on.
Hey, man, how we doing? Listen, I totally disagree in bringing back the coach. Unless we promote a GM from the inside, there is no way we should be bringing back McDaniel. Channing Crowder said it earlier in the week. We know what he is. We've seen him with other quarterbacks. He's had Bridgewater. He's had Brissett. He's had all these guys. He's had his chance with other QBs. He endorsed the contract endorsement. Yeah. We need to get someone from the outside. The last time we hired a head coach or head coaching experience was Dave Wanstead. We need to look ourselves in the mirror and make a change. It's enough. It's enough. Phillip Rivers was playing last week after being a high school coach and looking like a competent quarterback, and we're sitting here still with crap. I mean, what the hell?
I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Look, most GMs are going to come in and want to cook with their own groceries. So I would say, despite what happened today, Mike McDaniel, his days are probably numbered here with the Dolphins, no matter what his contract situation looked like. And I do understand that you are a little bit upset. I would be too. 305-567-0560, 104.3 FM, WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, Harrison.
Harrison, go ahead.
Put your radio down a little bit, Harrison.
Hi. Yeah, sorry, we were listening. Hi, it's Harrison from Boca Raton, diehard Dolphins fan. I go to the game with my grandma all the time. She's been a member since '66. She doesn't miss a game. A bit frustrating year in and year out, sweating my butt off in the stadium.
Yeah.
We don't put the right people in the right places. I mean, you give Tua $53 million a year, you bench him, make him scrub toilets, make him a janitor for $1 million a year or something.
I'm down with that.
He was holding a clipboard today.
Yeah, which was good. I think I'd really want my grandma to see a playoff win before she turns 90. So
what's grandma's name?
Her name's Julie. Give her a shout out. She's the biggest fan, but she's losing her patience as well.
Julie, we appreciate you listening. Yeah. We appreciate you holding on to this Dolphins team. Dan, go ahead.
You only have so much time on this earth. I'm starting to worry that I won't see a Dolphins win a playoff game. I don't even barely remember when they won in 2020. I'm sorry, when 2000. When they won in 2000, I don't even really. I might have been out and shopping that day and been like, oh, the Dolphins are always going to be decent enough. But
freshman in high school.
Freshmen in high school. These are grown men that have not seen the Dolphins win Super Bowls. These are college graduates that have not seen the Dolphins, Super Bowls, playoff games. That's a long time to wait. 305-567-0560, 104.3 FM, WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey.
Go ahead, Pat.
Hey, what's going on? Just leaving the stadium.
Oh, God bless you.
Yeah, another depressing game. We flew down to watch the game. We said, what are we coming for? So we see Quinn Ewers is going in. We said, all right, let's see what McDaniel can do with this rookie kid. The biggest thing I want to point out is third quarter. You know, Ewers throws the interception, and we're watching the game live, and we see the kid come off, and it was a tight throw, you know, whether or not he could throw it. Runs off to the sideline. Nobody's there. Not the coach, not Tua, not Zach Wilson. Nobody's there. The kid's sitting by himself. And I said, you know, I'm sitting there saying to myself, this coach is really trying to coach someone up to take over, or I don't know what his plan is. But why wouldn't you be there on the sideline and say, hey, here you go, kid. You made a tight throw. You made something, anything. And he wasn't there.
I'm glad you bring that up because I had to watch the game on TV, and I was going to ask, like, I don't see these guys trying to help each other out and coach each other up. Like yesterday, Malachi Toney, he had the fumble. They said he was on the sideline surrounded by his teammates, encouraging him and telling him, we need you. I was not seeing Tua talking to Quinn Ewers, waiting for him on the sideline. Mike McDaniel talking to him. It looked like they were just they're not a team. They're just a group of individuals out there. And you were at the game, so you can confirm that's what happened.
They all just
he said
nice apartments in Brickell.
Yeah.
It's the Miami effect, Dan. They moved to Miami.
Yeah.
They have this beautiful stadium, this beautiful beach, these beautiful people everywhere, these wonderful fans that are going to come in day out, week after week, buy your jerseys. They come from all these towns around the world. And then the weather hits their brain, the money hits their bank account, and next thing you know, they're like, we lost. Who cares? I'm gonna get in my Ferrari.
That's disappointing. That if that's true, they're not playing as a team. They're not playing for each other. They're not coaching each other up. They're just going for their next contract. And if that's the case, everybody needs to go because there's no room for that on any team, much less a professional team where you're getting paid millions of dollars. 305-567-0560. Go ahead. Hello. Go back to the phone lines. 305-567-0560. 104.3 FM, WQAM. What's up? Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Hi. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
I can.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So I just left the game. My husband and I fly down here from New Jersey every year. We have been Dolphins fans for 50 years. Okay. So we do have a little perspective. It's normally it's great. But all I'm going to say is this, because like I said, we just left the game. And Mike McDaniel is calling the plays. How many times does he hand off to Devon Achane and have him go for like 3 yards and you keep doing it? It's like, what are you thinking about? It's like they all gave up. I really don't know what they were thinking about.
It really did seem like they gave up today, Deborah. And I think Mike McDaniel handing it off over and over and over again to Devon Achane is because really that's all he's got.
South Beach. They're thinking about South Beach and enjoying
I don't think he has very much else. You know Quinn Ewers. He tried hard. But really, you want him to be your franchise quarterback? No. Do you want to? No. He doesn't have really anything else. That's the best he can muster.
The optimist in me does want to say, though, Dan, that at one point somebody would have said the same thing about Tom Brady.
Oh, but Tom Brady in his first year wouldn't win a Super Bowl. So
he was third string, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. But when he got in, it was all up. It was all downhill from there.
Oh, it's so sad. We're waiting for miracles like Tom Brady at this point.
Everybody's waiting for a Tom Brady. 305-567-0560, 104.3 FM, WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? 104.3 FM, WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, Dan? How you been? It's been a little while since I called. It's Josh from Miami.
Hey, Josh. Glad to have you back. What's up?
Just was at work watching the game, watching all the BS unfold like always. Yeah, typical Dolphins. I've been saying it for how many weeks? Coach can't coach. All we're gonna do is hand off. You ain't got a quarterback. I mean, if I was the Dolphins, I would have rolled these two guys out at game 3.
Well,
and how's Zach Wilson going to help the kid when he feels like he got passed over? So he don't want to help him. The coach don't want to help him. Tua can't help him because we all know Tua's brain isn't there. So, I mean, this kid's stuck, bro.
Josh, you're right about that, man. Look, if they're not playing as a team, that's a huge problem. Mike McDaniel not making adjustments after halftime, game in and game out and game in and game out. That's a huge problem. They can't remedy these problems. There needs to be a cleaning of the house. 305 567 0560 1043 FM WQAM. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Hey, go ahead.
You hear me?
Yes.
Will Phoenix.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. This is my interview process. I'm flying for the Miami Dolphins right now on live radio to Mr. Ross. Okay? When you get a quarterback like that and you suck as bad as we do, you go no huddle and you see what he can do. You throw the ball. You don't just go out there and run, dive, dink, and dunk. And number two, we got a CFL team. These guys are scrubs. Okay, our linebackers are scrubs. Number 23, Jones, he's not a starter on any team. These guys are all scrubs, and McDaniels keeps these guys around for some reason, and then he brings a receiver off the practice squad today that doesn't know how to go to the ball when it's thrown to him, which causes interceptions. He has to go. Everybody has to go. And I'm telling you right now, by them sitting there at the end of that game saying, hey, this is running out, not even try to score, come on, dude. You're in this to get better. Let your quarterback throw the damn ball and have a play design that goes over 5 yards.
Fire sale. Get rid of everybody. That's what Dolphins fans want. And after the performance today, hey, I hear what you're saying. You might get what you want, because the first thing the GM is going to want to do, he's going to want to get his or her people in the places he or she wants them. We could be seeing a drastically different Dolphins team and organization. Now it seems like possibly sooner than later. We shall find out. We do have to give away game balls. We do. We're contractually obligated to next. And we're only going an hour today. I would stay with you all night, but they got a Heat game coming up. Chico City and myself, Dan Day, I'd go with you till 10, 11 o'clock at night. Like the Dolphins, curtain has dropped on the season. The curtain's going to drop in just a few minutes. We have to give our game balls next. This is Game Day Uncensored Postgame on 104.3 FM WQAM.
Show on FM 104.3 WQAM, Miami's sports leader.
Dan Day, along with Chico City, my cousin Vladimir Louison, who you can hear along with myself on Sports Day weekends from noon to 4. He just got finished up in the locker room, and he says, done, and it is a sad, sad Dolphins locker room. Well, at least they're not laughing it up like one player was last week after they getting eliminated from the playoffs and losing. Nonetheless, sad locker room. Brings us now to our offensive player of the game, sponsored by Ed Moore Sawgrass Auto Mall. Offensive player of the game, Chico, who you got?
I'm going to go with Darren Waller.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite players on the team, and he really looked like a safety blanket for Quinn Ewers. It looked like that was his go-to guy. He did only catch 3 passes, but there were 3 passes when the game was still in balance for 40 yards. He had that long of 22, and like I said, looked like when things started getting too hot for Quinn Ewers, he was looking for Darren Waller. My offensive player of the game, I'm going to go to Jalen Waddle, leading the team in receptions, 72 yards in receiving yards, targeted 9 times, and it kind of looked like Jalen Waddle liked a pass being thrown with some zip. I don't think he and Tua like each other very much. I don't think they really like each other much in college. It seemed like he welcomed the change, and he goes over the 5,000-yard receiving mark for his career. So offensive player of the game, Jalen Waddle. Now, let's go to our player of the game, sponsored by JM Lexus. Lexus has the best team in the business, a 4.8 Google rating with over 22,000 reviews and counting. JM Lexus, West Sample Road, Margate. Chico City, who is your JM Lexus player of the game?
I want to go and say Quinn Ewers. Well, I can't even say his name right now, Dan. Quinn Ewers, welcome to the league, kid. Welcome to the NFL. Get player of the game. It wasn't exactly what you wanted it to be, but this is your moment. You worked your whole life to get to this point, your first start. Welcome to Miami, kid. I know you're hearing a lot of us talk about you right now. We're not mad at you. We're mad at everything that happened before you, but you know what? Welcome to Miami. We love you, kid.
Hey, Quinn Ewers went out there and showed some fight, showed some heart, showed some zip on his passes, and statistically, not the greatest day, but not the worst day. 20 for 30, 260 yards, but they did have those 2 interceptions, although you might want to argue one of them wasn't his fault. And for my player of the game, I am going to go with the one, the only, the person that basically wins it all the time, Devon Achane. He had a big run. He had that big 48-yard run for a touchdown early in the game, giving us hope. 15 carries, 81 yards. He also did it on the receiving end. 3 receptions, only 9 yards. The guy has played with heart all season long, despite all that craziness and adversity. It's now time. Finishing things up with our drive of the game, sponsored by the Lexus December to Remember. Get offers that are great on select models now. Learn more at Lexus.com. The drive of the game, that last touchdown drive of the game, it was a 97-yard drive. Finish it up with Jalen Wright running the ball in and making the score 45-21 with 3 minutes and 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. I know a little too late for that, but nonetheless, 97-yard drive at any point, especially for a rookie quarterback, that is big time. Dolphins, there could be some big-time changes coming very soon, especially after that debacle. Fans are not happy. Fans are calling for bodies in the streets, and you've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming to town next week. And that is going to be a 1 o'clock game. Tampa Bay fighting for their playoff lives. The Dolphins didn't even hardly look alive, especially in the third quarter today. You were done in by a terrible third quarter that saw 4 turnovers, 3 touchdowns, and 4th touchdown came off of the turnover. But that was a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. So done with that.
Dan, you ever seen a dolphin drown in swamp water?
It seemed like that today. I physically felt sick in the third quarter. I'm not going to lie to you. Quinn Ewers, we'll see. You're going to see more of him probably next week. But hey, we'll be on to it next week with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming to town at 1 o'clock. Might be some empty seats for that one. But nonetheless, lost today, 45-21 to the Cincinnati Bengals. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. We got a Heat game coming up next. For Chico City, I am Dan Day. This is Game Day Uncensored, postgame on 104.3 FM WQAM.
Let's go! Time up. We can now prove that